Hello and welcome to Jordan Nolte's and Brendan Shu's Math Final Project.
For today's lesson, we are looking at parabolas. In order to understand parabolas, we must first understand some definitions. A focus is a fixed point on the interior of the parabola. A directrix is a line that is perpendicular to the axis of symmetry, and a parabola is a U-shaped curve that is made up of the points that are equidistant from the focus and the directrix. There are different forms of the equation of a parabola. Right now we are looking at the standard form and vertex form. In standard form, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. If the a value is negative, then the parabola opens downwards. If the y value is squared, then the parabola opens to the side. In vertex form, y equals a parentheses x minus h squared plus k. The vertex of a parabola is the point where the parabola intersects with the axis of symmetry. In vertex form, h and k is the vertex of the parabola.
Now we're going to be doing an example problem. In this problem, we are given the focus and the directrix, and we are supposed to find the vertex. So if we graph this, then we know that the vertex must have an x value that equals -2. And we know that the y value is the average between the directrix and the focus. Now we have to write the equation for the parabola in the vertex form. We can do this by plugging in the coordinates to the vertex, which we solved for, which was -2, 1. And then we could plug in the coordinates of a point that we know is on the parabola. I chose the coordinates 2, 3. Then you simplify the equation and solve for a. Side note, if you had forgotten, we had learned a formula that showed us the distance from the focus to the vertex is equal to 1 over 4a. And we know from the graph that the distance from the focus to the vertex is 2 in this case. When we set 2 equal to 1 over 4a, we can solve for a, which is 1/8, which matches the equation that we got from using the other method. Now we have to convert the equation from vertex form to standard form. We start off with the vertex form equation, and we start to simplify. We can begin by FOILing the numbers that are in the parentheses and expanding the equation. Then we can distribute the a value, which was 1 over 8, and add the like terms. Then we have the standard equation.
Now we're going to be finding the zeros of a parabola. In this example, we have the parabola y equals x squared minus 2x minus 2. Our first step is to make y 0, so we have 0 equals x squared minus 2x minus 2. Our second step is to complete the square, so we're going to divide -2x by 2 and then square it, which will give us 1. We will then add 1 to the trinomial and then subtract 1 from the outside of the trinomial. Now we have 0 parentheses x minus 1 parentheses squared minus 3. Now we're going to subtract 3 from both sides, and then we will square root x minus 1 squared and 3. This gives us plus or minus the square root of 3 equals x minus 1. From here, we will now have two equations. We'll have x equals negative square root of 3 minus 1, or we'll have x equals the square root of 3 minus 1. Now that we have both of these x values, we can plug them both into the original parabola. By using our calculator, you will get either negative 2.7320 or 0.7320.
These are the x-intercepts of the parabola. Thank you guys for listening to our video about parabolas, and we hoped it refreshed your brain on some of the concepts about the parabolas that will be on our final.